And next on the agenda, we have a presentation. From Valerie Dolan, Ms. Avaccia, on our 2018 audit.
I wanted to say welcome. Hello, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Let me first say, once again, it was an absolute pleasure to do the audit this year. The way the finance office and the administration runs this town, it's phenomenal. It makes an audit very smooth. We come in, everything is ready for us, and we kind of come in, we can get our job done and finish our audit. I do want to go over some financial highlights to give you some information. The fund balance in the current fund at the end of the year was $11,325,287, which is an increase of approximately $1,128,000 from the previous year. Of that amount of money, of that $11 million, $6,250,000 was being utilized to support your 19 budget as adopted. Your tax collection rate remains steady and wonderful at well over 99%, which is a phenomenal collection rate. You do have sitting on your books in your current fund a reserve for pending tax appeals of over $2 million, which is a great thing. As everyone remember, back a couple of years ago, you were hit with some tax appeals that you were forced to borrow on. After that, you were paid off those loans. You ended up now setting up that reserve. You have some trust reserves of additional funds that are set aside. There is a storm recovery that was previously started as a snow, but then after being hit with several hurricanes, the state transferred that reserve to a storm recovery. And you have $1,173,000 in that reserve, so if there were any other additional storms. Open space has about $2.4 million in it, and you have a sick leave reserve of about $98,600. This sick leave reserve funds about 7% of your actual liability of $1,329,000. The sewer utility is also saw another increase. The sewer utility at the end of the year was $6,088,135. That was an increase of approximately $497,000 from the previous year. Of that $6 million, $767,000 is being utilized to support your 19 sewer operating budget, and an additional $250,000 is being sent over to the general fund in support of that budget. Your pool utility, which has been running on a deficit, was once again funded with a $318,000 funding from the current fund over to the pool utility. This support was approximately $50,000 more than it was in the previous year. However, it still remains lower than the $363,000 of debt service, which was the original plan for putting the pool and doing the renovations to the pool. Was you knew you would have to cover it, but you never wanted the deficit to be more than the actual debt service payment. The fund balance in the parking utility was $689,614, which has also had an increase of about $95,000. Of that $689,000, $50,000 is being utilized to support your 2019 current fund budget. The debt service that's out currently in the township, you have general capital bonds and notes of over $23 million. You have sewer utility bonds and notes of about a little over $12 million. The pool utility has bonds and notes of $3.6 million, and the parking bonds and notes are about just under $300,000. What I do want to say is this year, I'm happy to report, it's actually it's a clean audit. There are no recommendations in this report. We were very happy to see that there was one small housekeeping item last year regarding the police department that was actually cleared in the current year. So that being said, it's actually no recommendations report, which is a wonderful and commendable, which goes to show how well the office is run in the finance office. We do have one suggestion to management that we'd like to put out there. It's not a finding in any way, shape, or form, but you have many capital ordinance balances in all three utilities that are over 5 years. A lot of them are fully funded ordinances, so our suggestion is either to go forward and to cancel those funded ordinances, and that way you can reappropriate those funds into new ordinances without encumbering any additional debt or any additional budget related items. And once again, Ms. Avaccia would like to take the opportunity to thank the time we've had working with Morris Township. And we look forward to hopefully at some point getting to work with you all again.
Thank you, Valerie.
And I would also like to take the opportunity to thank Ms. Bacci and you, Valerie, for all your good work for the township. It's been 10 years. It's a good long run, and you've done a great job for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, perfect. Does anybody have any
Anybody have
questions?
questions?
Thank you very much. We're just so proud of having you guys here. You've done a great job for us, and you know, the closeness of our relationship just made it so much easier for those of us on the finance committee, and we just thank you for your service, ma'am.
Valerie, do you have the amount of those capital ordinances that are fully funded?
I don't have it right in front of me, but I can easily give Tim a total number and highlight them for you. But if, just looking at them, there's probably easily a couple $100,000 worth of fully funded just in capital alone.
Okay,
Yeah. And they do go back well over, a lot of them go back to 2007, 2008, 2011. So they are they're older and can be reappropriated, which would be a great funding source for the township.
Thank you again so much, ma'am.
No problem. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you.